trapping with a gun. Use a scrub if you ain't drug a bug up in a four-wheel.
Hey, I'm Zach. I'm Jake, and we're Chippewa Outdoors. First off, we want to thank all the new subscribers to the channel. It's been quite a few months since we put a video up, but we just want to thank every subscriber we got and all the new subscribers. We're going to come at you today with, it's not going to be a trapping video, but it's got to do with trapping. Trapping season's coming up pretty soon. It's September 17th right now. So trapping season comes in early November here in Ohio. So with trapping season coming up close, now's the time to, everyone's starting to either, buy new traps, buy new supplies, buy supplies they need, all your lures, baits and all that kind of stuff. You're driving around looking for, places to trap and all that. So you kind of need some money. So you can either use your paycheck that you get every week, or what Jake and I like to do is we'll come up with something each year that we can sell and make, we're not trying to make $1 million, but something we can sell just to cover the costs of
buy a couple traps.
Yeah.
Get some bait.
Yeah. So today we're gonna make horseshoe boot rack holders. So it's gonna be like a little welding video, something like that. But we'll show you how we do that. And this is just how we can make these pretty quick, and people around us want to buy them. So if we can make a couple of them and sell a couple of them and make a couple $100, that's good enough to
go buy some traps with them.
Yeah. So
all right, guys. So start out with things you're gonna need. We just use forged steel, size 1 front horseshoes. For one rack, for 3 pairs of boots, you need a dozen horseshoes. So we got our shoes. We got some jigs made up for, putting the shoes together, stuff like that. We got our welder. We have a wire wheel, some flap wheels and cutoff wheels. Then we have welding helmet and welding gloves. Another thing that comes in handy is the magnetic welding tees. Real nice to use. And then we have our slag hammer. So first thing first, we need to make the sides of the boot rack. So we're going to grab 3 shoes, stick them in here like this. It's just the little jig we made. We like to weld on the back side, the side that would go on the horse's hoof, just to make the final appearance a lot nicer. So we set these in like this, and you try to get as good as you can lined up, get the holes lined up. Some of them won't, each shoe is different, they're mass produced, they're not going to be perfect. So you just get them set in like that. Now what we're going to do is take our welder. We use 7018 rod at 100 amps, somewhere around there. We're just going to come in right here where the shoes touch, these 3 points, and just put a nice bead right there, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch bead.
alright, we're gonna burn these in real quick. Alright, so we got those burned in. We're gonna take and you gotta chip the slag off these welds whenever you stick weld. If you guys never stick welded before, you got slag on these welds. So what I'll do is I'll just use the wire wheel. take that slag off. And right there, you have the first part of the boot rack. So now we're going to make the top part of the rack.
You're going to need 6 shoes for this top part. 3 pairs of boots, 6 boots. So we're going to take, and on the table here, we have this piece welded on. And then once again, bottom of the shoe. Take and we'll stick those down in there. Once again, line them up as good as you can. And we'll take and we'll lay our 6 shoes out, just like that, side by side. We'll take this square bar, square tubing, lay them on top like that, and then we'll put 2 clamps on each side just to hold everything together. And then come along with 70-18 and put our bead along it.
So this is what the 6 look like in our little jig here. And as you guys can tell, we haven't put a lot of money into the jig. I mean, these are just T-posts, you know, for fences. We had the piece of square tube. We welded up a headache rack for Jake's truck, and everything's pretty much just either drops of steel or just scrap we have laying around. So, you know, we don't have a lot of money into it. So, and that's what you want. You don't want to put a lot of money into something that you're trying to make money off of. So, I'll weld these together real quick and we'll show you guys. Alright, so there you go. There's the top of your boot rack. So now what we'll do is we'll actually make it look like a boot rack. These, touch everything hot. These will sit just like this. So we'll weld those in, show you what it looks like. Alright, so here's after we've welded the 2 sides to it. Now, what you have to do is, in order for this to hold a boot up, there has to be a bar that goes in between. That'll help it so that it's not, you know, bouncy, I guess. So what it will look like is you'll have a boot. The boot will go in like this. And underneath here, you have to have something for the heel of your boot to sit into. So we use square bar. You can either use square bar, rebar, round bar, whatever you want. So we have our square bar here. We'll cut it to our length and we'll weld that in. The boot rack will be done and all we gotta do is paint it. So we got our square bar cut. It's not welded in there yet, but I just wanted to show you how your boot will fit in there. So whether you got slip-on cowboy boots or, you know, tie-up boots or anything, slide in there just like that. So we'll weld the square bar in. Alright guys, so here's the finished boot rack for you. There's 12 shoes in total and 31 inches, give or take, about of square tubing. So once again, this is how it'll go. Take your boot off, stick it in like that. There you go. Horseshoe boot rack. So from the 2 of us at Chippewa Outdoors, we'd like to thank everyone that has subscribed to our channel, all the new subscribers, and there'll be more trapping videos to come. So
yep, trapping's coming up. So.
Yep. Thank you guys very much, and hope you guys enjoy the video.
Yep, thank you.
Yep,
See ya.
bye.